vás, dámy a pánové, já vás vítám do další herní série na hru Dragon Age Inquisition. A máme tady, co pícha způsobila a co nespůsobila. Já jsem podívám, jestli tam náhodou nemáme nějaký vedlejšáček ještě, ale myslím, že všechno... Nebudu tam nic dělat. Záchrana pohřešovaných vojáků, dobré. Takže můžeme jít na co pícha způsobila. Hihihi, vybrat, jdeme na věc.
With an illuvion, Corypheus could cross into the Fade in the flesh. Indeed. The Inquisitor can attest that these artifacts still work if one knows how to use them.
What happens when Corypheus enters the Fade?
Why, he will gain his heart's desire and take the power of a god. Or, and this is more likely, the lunatic will unleash forces that tear the world apart.
I won't allow it. I can't.
Indeed, should Corypheus succeed, do not doubt you would be first to feel his holy wrath.
Pardon me, but does this mean everything's lost unless we get to the Illuvian before him?
Corypheus has a head start, no matter how quickly our army moves.
We should gather our allies before we march.
Can we wait for them? We should send our spies ahead to the Arbor Wilds.
Without support from the soldiers, you'd lose half of them.
Then what should we do?
For starters, we don't let Corypheus worry us to death. Imagine how embarrassing that would be. Josephine, have our allies send scouts to meet us in the wilds. Liliana, your fastest agents will join them. Together, we'll have enough spies to slow down Corypheus's army until Cullen's soldiers arrive.
Such confidence. But the Arbor Wilds are not so kind to visitors. Old elven magic lingers in those woods.
We'd be remiss to not take advantage of your knowledge, Lady Morgan. Please, lend us your expertise.
'Tis why I came here, although it is good to see its value recognized.
Any further instructions, Inquisitor?
The Inquisition began as a handful of soldiers. Thanks to you, we're now a force that will topple a self-proclaimed god. I could ask for no finer counsel, no better guidance.
I speak for all of us when I answer. We could ask for no finer cause.
We'll hound Corypheus in the wilds before he can find the temple or this Illuvion.
Inquisitor.
How goes the battle, Captain?
The Red Templars fall beneath our blades, your worship. Commander Cullen says they're nearly finished. Our scouts saw Corypheus traveling towards an elven ruin to the north. We can clear you a path through his armies.
Do only what you must. We need enough people for a celebration when we get back to Skyhold.
We will not fail you, my lord, no matter what comes. Andraste guide you, Inquisitor.
I wonder, is it Andraste your soldiers invoke during battle, or does a more immediate name come to their lips?
They show me respect, Morigan. No one mistakes me for the Maker.
True. You are far more likely to come to their aid than a chantry fable. But I digress. If your scouts report accurately, I believe these ruins to be the Temple of Mathal.
Which is?
A place of worship out of elven legend. If Corypheus seeks it, then the alluvion he covets lies within. Let us hope we reach this temple before the entire forest is reduced to ash.
Počkat, Morigan jde se mnou takhle. To je sympatický. Hej, počkej, kde mám svůj, tady je můj tým. No, konečně, Atlast, ty vole. Tak jo, kamarádi, ty vole, to tady vypadá hodně nadějně teďka. Počkej, kde je Josie? Josie is on a vacation far away, ale já si s ní potřebuji nut prom, tady je.
Your faith in your commander is well placed, Ambassador. Victory is all but in sight.
With Orlay's Imperial Guard joining us, it was never in doubt. Corypheus has been seen in the fray. Will you not consider moving further from the front line?
Dear Lady Motillier, we cannot send our subjects where we ourselves fear to tread. All Thedas will see Orlais stand triumphant with the chosen of Andraste.
Mluvíte o mně?
We are gladdened to see you, Herald. This day will be recalled for ages. We are privileged to witness the fulfillment of the Inquisition's purpose.
The sight of our Orlesian allies risking their lives here humbles me.
Your worthy cause would have friends, even if we did not will it. Men and women of faith serve you. Their favor is no less than our own. Their service no less dear. With Orlais at your side, we will see you victorious against Corypheus. May you walk in the light.
Inquisitor, I hear this alluvion lies in a temple nearby. No doubt you're departing for it now. Be safe.
Promise me you'll leave the instant the fight comes closer.
I promise. Return once you can.
To je tak rozkošný. Dobře, jdeme k nějakému chrámu. Ale já se nepotřebuji dostávat k první barikádě. Dobře, dostaneme se k první barikádě. Co to je tady toto? Jo takhle, my se tam musíme dostat absolutně jinak. První barikádu teda to, ale musíme se tam dostat jinak. My to nějak musíme proběhnout, oběhnout, předělat, podělat se z toho všeho. Jo, asi jo. Počkej, jak se tam šlo? Já si to už vůbec nepamatuju tady. OK, tudma. Už to vím. Ne, tak tudma taky ne, takže úplně druhou stranou. Co způsobila pýcha? Tohle způsobila pýcha. Že to je tady.
Get your blood going.
Listen to how close the fighting's gotten. It will be worse ahead.
Come on, let's go plug some assholes.
You sense the magic crackling. Something more powerful than the Red Templars stirs.
Morigan. Klid. Když tak odbočíme, když budeme muset. Sarah was never quite worth the girl. Her tongue got Caesar him, but she was so fast and quick with her bow. No one where she came from. Said I was never quite over this girl. Her attacks are danger. But she knew there was a camera, and she knew just how to reach them. She would always like to say. Jdeme se dostat k první barikádě. Ty vole. Zvuky boje v tak nádherném lese. To se mi nelíbí. Co pak tu máme? Oh shit, ty! Tak my naštěstí máme jako teďka docela dost siláky. Umbajo. Umbarbarbarabajeba. Tím, že máme jako Cassandru s tím, tak... A do toho vlastně máme ještě Morigan. Aha! Už nás je 5! Už jsme jenom 4! Už nás je 5, protože máme Morigan, já jsem na to zapomněla. Jdeme. Jdeme rychle. Nemáme moc času. Ty choroše jsou tady velké, krásné. Přeskočit inkvizitore a jdeme. První barikáda. Velký vodopád. Kde je Morigan? Už ji vidím. Můžu ti pomoct, droužku. Z jedničky. Hlavně oni Morigan vybrdali strašně dobrou doberku, která to prostě jako jede neskutečným způsobem. To jsou bomby prostě. Co to je? Dalský loden. Skoč inkvizitore. Jdete po mně nebo ne? Strážce? Proč bojujeme se strážci? A jo, protože má Corypheus ze své moci. Chápu. Jsou to ti prokletí vlastně. I když je vlastně nikdo jako zabíjet nechce, tak musíme. Morigan? Dobrý, díky. Kde je ten zmetek? Morigan! Jdeme na věc, jdeme dál.
If they are forced to obey him, death will be a blessing.
Smrt pro ně bude vysvobozením, to jsi řekla hezky, Cassandro. Tak jo. U poslední barikády. Já jsem to jenom rychle prošla, protože mě to netrapilo nějak. Morigan? Ach, bože, děkuju za ní. Děkuju za to, že mi zatím nechcípla. Je za sobě. Jdeme.
There. That must be the Temple of Mythal.
I hear fighting ahead.
Já taky. A vůbec se mi to nelíbí.
Namelana Sabanale.
They still think to fight us, Master.
These are but remnants. They will not keep us from the Well of Sorrows.
Well of Sorrows?
Be honored. Witness death at the hands of a new god.
It cannot be.
Cross the bridge, now!
At last, Mythal's sanctum. Let us proceed before Corypheus interferes.
You said Corypheus wanted an eluvian, but he mentioned a Well of Sorrows. Which is right?
I am uncertain of what he referred to.
Could they be the same? Could Eluvian translate into Well of Sorrows?
No. It seems an eluvian is not the prize Corypheus seeks. Yes, I was wrong. Does that please you? Whatever the Well of Sorrows might be, Corypheus seeks it, and thus you must keep it from his grasp.
Let's find this well before Corypheus's people do. I want to know how Corypheus returned to life. We saw him die.
And his life force passes on to any blighted creature, darkspawn, or Grey Warden.
So, how many times do we need to kill him? It's a small number, right?
Strike Corypheus down, and he will rise anew.
We'll find a way to stop him once we're done here.
'Tis strange. Archdemons possess the same ability, and still the Grey Wardens are able to slay them. Yet Corypheus, they locked away. Perhaps they knew he could do this, but not how.
Pravda.
It's sealed.
Corypheus's lackeys managed to open it. Perhaps the altar holds a clue.
Rituály. Dokončete rituály.
It appears the temple's magics are still strong.
Is this Elven? Does it say anything about this Well of Sorrows?
I only recognize a few phrases. Ah, a Belasan, meaning place of sorrow. That must be the well. There is something about knowledge, respectful or pure. Shiven. Shivenen. 'Tis all I can translate. That it mentions the well is a good omen.
At least we know the Well of Sorrows was important.
Supplicants to Mathal would have first paid obeisance here. Following their path may aid entry.
Oh, no. This is bad. Rituals are bad. You can't want this.
If need be, unless you wish to turn back. Do not step any place you have stepped before. There can be no vacillation. This is where petitioners walked the path of their gods.
No, dobře. Tak pojďte, Morigan, pojďte všichni. Čeká nás velmi důležitá práce. A já se na ní sakramensky hodně těším. Morigan, je to na tobě.
Hold them off!
Ale no, tak to si ze mě už dělají dnes prču, ne? Tak pojď. To je mezi moc ta studna společného ze vším tady. Já už si to totiž nepamatuju. A to jsem to dohrála nejméně 4krát předtím ještě, ale jo, je dobrý si to pak nějakou dobu nezahrát a už si to nepamatovat. Pojď sem, ty zmetko! Jdeme. Kde jsou další ještě? Jdeme? Super.
Come on, we might catch them.
Hold a moment. While they rush ahead, this leads to our true destination. We should walk the petitioner's path as before.
You forget that army fighting for us out there? Longer we play around, the more Inquisition soldiers die. There's a hole. Jump in.
Performing these rituals may mean the difference between reaching the well before Corypheus's minions and not at all.
We don't know what's behind those doors. They might have a reason for going another way.
Had they the option, they would have proceeded. That must lead to their goal.
Their goal or yours?
There is a danger to the natural order. Legends walked Thedas once, things of might and wonder. Their passing has left us all the lesser. Corypheus would squander the ancient power of the well. I would have it restored.
I wasn't expecting your answer to be so romantic.
Trust me, your surprise is matched only by my own. Mankind blunders through the world, crushing what it does not understand. Elves, dragons, magic. The list is endless. We must stem the tide, or be left with nothing more than the mundane. This I know to be true. I read more in the first chamber than I revealed. It said a great boon is given to those who use the Well of Sorrows, but at a terrible price.
What exactly did that altar say about the Well of Sorrows?
Like most elven writing, it was insufferably vague. The term I deciphered was Halam Shivanas, the sweet sacrifice of duty. It implies the loss of something personal for duty's sake, yet for those who served at this temple, a worthwhile trade.
Did you not trust me enough to tell me about this price when you read it?
I hoped to find more information. If I intended to cheat you, I would have feigned ignorance entirely. My priority is your cause, but if the opportunity arises to save this well, I am willing to pay the cost.
And gain what?
That is what we must discover. The rituals may point the way.
OK, následující jsem se dolů do díry nebo proveďte rituály. OK, a kde mám jako provádět rituály? Už to chápu.
Tis not what I expected. What was this chamber used for?
We're being watched.
Vanavis, you are unlike the other invaders. You stumble down our paths alongside Elven, or at least those having our features. You bear the mark of magic, which is familiar. How has this come to pass? What is your connection to those who first disturbed our slumber?
They are my enemies as well as yours.
I am called Abelas. We are sentinels, tasked with standing against those who trespass on sacred ground. We wake only to fight, to preserve this place. Our numbers diminish with each invasion. I know what you seek. Like all who have come before you, you wish to drink from the Vira Belasan.
The place of the Way of Sorrows. He speaks of the well.
It is not for you. It is not for any of you.
So, you're elves from ancient times? Before the Tevinter Imperium destroyed Arlathan?
The Shemlin did not destroy Arlathan. We Elven warred upon ourselves. By the time the doors to this sanctuary closed, our time was over. We awaken only when called, and each time find the world more foreign than before. It is meaningless. We endure. The Vira Belasan must be preserved.
What is this Vira Belasan exactly?
It is a path, one walked only by those who toiled in Mithal's favor.
He speaks of priests, perhaps.
More than that, you need not know.
I did not come here to fight you, nor to steal from your temple.
I believe you. Trespassers you are, but you have followed rites of petition. You have shown respect to Mythal. If these others are enemies of yours, we will aid you in destroying them. When this is done, you shall be permitted to depart. And never return.
So they can stab us in the back afterwards? Stuff that.
Consider carefully. You must stop Corypheus, yes, but you may also need the well for your own.
I accept your offer.
You will be guided to those you seek. As for the Vira Belasan, it shall not be despoiled, even if I must destroy it myself.
No!
Morigan!
Jdeme za ním.
This would be our guide?
Mytholanast.
That's helpful, since Morigan chased off on her own.
He's worried about this well, not Corypheus.
Kam jde?
This place looks untouched.
You have any idea how much this place is worth?
Don't let Solus hear you say that.
Admit it. You were wondering.
Otvor, dělej. Děkuji. No.
Henshra! Gilas Velathan! She wants us to stay close.
Just a quick look around.
O, Cassandra rozumí elfsky, to neřekla. Pojď. Pojď. Trochu rychleji.
The Sentinels are holding off the Red Templars.
Good for something, I guess, if they keep it up.
Vir Sumiel.
Ty vole, tak to jsem neměla, ty vole, já tam mám samé novinky, co se týká těch Dragon Age. Pojď. Tak. Tak pojď. Dobře. Jestli je studna zármutku tady, tak si tady otevřeme.
Well of sorrows.
Andraste, guide us.
That's something.
Fight on! An army of these bastards won't stop us!
Přesně.
You get to the well, General.
You tough bastards. A day's march, hours of fighting, and still fierce as dragons. The Chantry never knew what it was throwing away.
Samson, sir, watch out!
Inquisitor. You and those elf things don't know when to stop. We come to the back end of nowhere, and here you are.
You and your Red Templars weren't my concern. Not until now.
You keep getting in over your head, don't you? Corypheus chose me twice. First as his general, now as the vessel for the Well of Sorrows. You know what's inside the well? Wisdom. The kind of wisdom that can scour a world. I give it to Corypheus, that he can walk into the Fade without your precious anchor.
What's your part in it? What's a vessel?
What else empties a well? I'll carry its power to Corypheus. One more task entrusted to me. Being force-fed Chantry lyrium was good for something. This armor makes me a living fortress, mind and body. I won't forget a word of the well's knowledge. Corypheus will be unstoppable.
Once Corypheus is that powerful, you and your soldiers will just slow him down.
Is that the best you could do? You're no match for Corypheus. Even if you drink from the well, you'll never master its wisdom as he could. This is the strength the Chantry tried to bind. But it's a new world now, with a new god. I will bring Corypheus the well's power and your head, all at once. To arms!
Ale tady to máte. Samson.
There we are. Watch your flanks. No! You'll pay for that.
Myslím, že za to zaplatil někdo jiný. Samsona.
Not the well, you French. You can't take it from Corypheus. You mustn't.
He's still breathing.
You can take him back to Skyhold for judgment. Abelas!
You heard his parting words, Inquisitor. The elf seeks to destroy the Well of Sorrows.
So the sanctum is despoiled at last.
You would have destroyed the well yourself, given the chance.
To keep it from your grasping fingers. Better it be lost than bestowed upon the undeserving.
Fool. You'd let your people's legacy rot in the shadows.
Samson thought the well's knowledge was valuable. It could help stop Corypheus.
I care nothing for your petty conflicts, Shemlin.
You'll care when Corypheus arrives for the well.
The well clearly offers power, Inquisitor. If that power can be turned against Corypheus, can you afford not to use it?
Do you even know what you ask? As each servant of Mythal reached the end of their years, they would pass their knowledge on through this. All that we were, all that we knew, it would be lost forever.
It's better that knowledge remain in the well, never passed on. You'd rather destroy it?
You have shown respect to Mythal, and there is a righteousness in you I cannot deny. Is that your desire? To partake of the Vira Belasan as best you can? To fight your enemy?
Not without your permission.
One does not obtain permission. One obtains the right. The Vira Belasan may be too much for a mortal to comprehend. Brave it if you must. But know you this. You shall be bound forever to the will of Mythal.
Bound to a goddess who no longer exists, if she ever did.
Bound as we are bound. The choice is yours.
Thank you for this gift, Abelas.
Do not thank me yet, Shemlin.
You'll note the intact Illuvian. I was correct on that count, at least.
Is it still a threat? Can Corypheus use it to travel the Fade?
You recall when I took you through my Illuvian, I said each required a key? The well is the key. Take its power, and Mythal's last Illuvian will be no more use to Corypheus than glass. I did not expect the well to feel so hungry.
Let's not be reckless. I don't want anyone hurt.
I am willing to pay the price the well demands. I am also the best suited to use its knowledge in your service.
I do not like this. She is far too eager.
I do not hide it. To restore lost knowledge, I would risk much.
And what would you do with it? You could be worse than Corypheus.
So, paralyze yourself for fear of what might be? I can give nothing but my word. Of those present, I alone have the training to make use of this. Let me drink, Inquisitor.
You alone? You're not the only mage here.
I have studied the oldest lore. I have delved into mysteries of which you could only dream. Can you honestly tell me there is anyone better suited?
Už vidím úplně. Já sám. Já bych si dělala, na čem dělám prdel. A počkej, já to udělám, vole. A je sranda trošku.
I would be.
You lead the Inquisition. This is not a risk you can take. I have the best chance of making use of the well for everyone. Let me drink.
You're not concerned about the price? Bound forever to the will of Mythal?
Bound to the will of a dead god? It seems an empty warning. Perhaps a compulsion yet remains. Who can say otherwise? I do not fear it, even so.
Are you sure you want this, Morigan? We don't know what will happen.
We do not, and yet it must be done. I am ready.
Thoughts?
If it is truly between you and her, then let her take the risk. Make her help us all.
It's called the Well of Sorrows. Sorrows? No one should go in the Well of Sorrows.
Any chance this well could help us against Corypheus? I say you take it.
Enough deliberation. Give me your decision.
It's yours. Morigan? Are you all right?
Elasin Salah. Visan Allah. I am intact. There is much to sift through, but now we can...
Through the mirror.
It is done.
pleased to report we won the battle, Inquisitor. When you went through that mirror, Corypheus and his archdemon fled the field. I'm not sure why.
What he wanted was no longer within the temple.
Perhaps. He spent so long trying to get into the temple, he probably couldn't have helped his forces by that point.
Then Corypheus is finished.
If he is wise, he will hide and rebuild his strength before he attacks again.
He will not hide.
You sound pretty certain when you say that.
The Well of Sorrows held many voices, and they speak to me now from across the ages. They hold wisdom, secrets I never dreamed possible. But even they fear what Corypheus has become.
Should we fear him more than his army?
Possibly. Luckily for you, he has a weakness. The dragon he calls is not truly an archdemon. It is a dragon in which Corypheus has infested part of his being. He doubtless did so out of pride to emulate the gods of old. That pride can be exploited. Kill the dragon, and his ability to leap into other bodies is disrupted. He can be slain.
You're sure? If there are no bodies for him to jump to...
You assume there is a limit to the range of his power. There is not.
Then what do you propose? Killing the dragon is no simple task, if it could even be found.
There is a way to defeat the dragon, to match Corypheus in his power. The well whispers it to me now. Your help will be required, Inquisitor. Speak to me when you are ready, and we shall begin.
I'll see to Skyhold's defenses in the meantime.
Tak, dopravíme ještě Samsona do nebe, tvrdé. Takže mi dejte chviličku, jenom to tady předpřipravíme všechno, protože Kalen má, myslím, hlášení. Kalenem se nám jde ohlásit. Tady přijmout hlášení.
Letters are pouring in from all corners. Congratulations, pledges of loyalty, conversions to Andraste.
All premature until we deal with Corypheus. To work?
Jedeme. Tak jo, jdeme. Dámy a pánové, já to tady pro dnešek típnu. Děkuji moc za každý odběr, like, shlédnutí. Uvidíme se v další části na hru Dragon Age Inquisition. Tak s ním adios amigos.